Jon Jones is finally getting pushed back from the MMA fan base, and honestly, I can't believe that it's taken this long because it has never been more evident that Jon Jones is ducking somebody more than he is ducking Tom Aspinall right now. He's at the point where he is replying to random people on Twitter. He keeps talking about it, keeps justifying his fight with Stipe, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to take a look at Jon Jones' Twitter. We're going to be taking a look at replies. I can't wait for it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's start off with taking a look at I would say this first tweet by Jon Jones. He's been replying to a lot of random people, but this is kind of what spearheaded it all. I want to take a look at a few tweets that he did put on his profile. I want to take a look at the replies, see what the fans are saying about it, because I know people have been already talking about this, but I wanted to make sure that we kind of have everything on Jon Jones, and now he's at the point where he's still just replying with one word to random fans. I don't get it. Some people are saying it's a troll job. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's just Jon Jones being himself. So, MMA Boxing Casual does to say, why do you think fighting a 40-plus-year-old firefighter will do anything for your legacy? Jon had this to say, yeah, screw the biggest fight of his life and all the money him and his family were supposed to make. Let's just bump him out of the way. Yeah, that's how life works. As if Jon Jones cares. As if Jon Jones cares about Stipe and his family. We all know, and it took forever, but we all know what kind of person Jon Jones is. As if you care about Stipe Miocic and his family. Let's take a look at a few replies here over there. What about the money that Tom and his family are now supposed to make? You think if Stipe needed money, he would have sat out for 3 years after getting slumped? That's true, actually. That's a good point. Tom Aspinall does have a family, and he's a lot less fortunate. This is what I'm talking about, casual MMA. Since when do you care about other people? You just want an easy win because you know Aspinall finishes you. And honestly, I do believe, and I want to say this, I do believe that Tom Aspinall would finish Jon Jones. I wouldn't have thought that until we've recently seen Jones, and he's clearly aging, and then from the Cyril Gane fight as well, it looks like some of those punches were pretty slow, to be honest with you. But anyways, let's keep going. Let's keep taking a look at all of the tweets over here. And that's exactly how it works, Jon. It's called life. Stop avoiding Tom. Shogun didn't avoid you. Give Tom a shot. Stipe had a career already. And Stipe doesn't deserve a title fight at all. One little bit. So basically you're saying your goal is to do Stipe a favor, not the heavyweight division or the UFC and the UFC fan base. And this is exactly it. This is an insane way to spin the narrative. It is so nice to see how people are finally turning on this guy. But that's just the beginning of it, guys, because he continues on with more tweets and decided that he wanted to fight Alex Pereira. He talks about this a little bit. If Alex P became champion of the heavyweight division, would you guys consider him the greatest of all time? Being back in the gym has got me thinking differently. That fight after Stipe may be the next biggest move I could possibly make. This killer has already defeated so many champions and is already considered a legend to millions around the world. The most massive fight the UFC can make. Give Alex a chance to avenge all those great Brazilian champions I've defeated. Again, coming from the perspective as if Jon Jones cares about giving Alex Pereira his chance. You want to give somebody a chance? How about the guy who deserves a chance? Tom Aspinall. Alex Pereira, another guy that you know you would just take down and maul. Alex Pereira has zero chance against Jon Jones. Oh, and I already saw this tweet. Yeah, I was looking through Jon Jones' tweet. This is exactly it. Superfan had this to say, bro, there's an interim champion. That's the only person you should be fighting. That's the kind of point. It's kind of the point of an interim champion. Refuses to fight Tom, but want to fight Pereira because of lack of ground game. You're a funny guy. It's so nice to see that people are finally realizing what kind of dude this guy is. That he's a liar. He's not in it for himself. We all know that Jon is a selfish, not the best person in the world. And I've been saying this for years. I know I haven't had a YouTube channel for years, but I've been alone with this opinion for years. Daniel Cormier was always right. I have a video on the channel actually reacting to a clip saying Daniel Cormier was always correct about Jon Jones. Exactly. Don't care, fight Tom. Please just fight Tom. Pereira be the easiest fight of your career. That's so true. It's so true. Ask the people Tom or Alex gets upset when the people pick the right man. You're doing everything humanly possible to now duck Tom. I wonder if Jon actually replied to this one. Doesn't look like it is. But anyways, I want to take a look at another tweet that Jon did have to say over here. It would be absolutely massive. A guy with a chance to be a 3-division champion and GOAT versus the actual GOAT. Same age, different strengths. No one can argue that it would be the biggest fight in MMA history. There's absolutely no fight that guarantees a payday like that. Marketing would be insane. And then there's, of course, there's the one Jon Jones simp. Bones speaking facts. I've been saying this all along, like as if, like I can't believe that some people still are sucking up to Jon Jones with this. Okay. Honestly, you should probably just go and start Aspinall and then end your career with the biggest fight in history versus Alex. Just 2 more fights, it'll make you the untouchable GOAT. I don't think anyone in our lifetime would surpass your achievements. That's true. If he actually did beat Aspinall, I personally wouldn't count it because of how big of a cheater that Jon Jones is, but you can't deny it. If you want to ignore that, Jon Jones would be the greatest fighter in the history of the sport. No one's buying this act, and I can't believe there's still Jon Jones fans that are buying the act, but honestly, I'm glad that people are seeing this. No one's buying this act. You'd lay and pray on Alex because you know you couldn't stand with him. I don't know if Jon Jones could actually stand with Alex Pereira. I would give the edge to Alex, but I don't know. I think that's a little bit of a what do you call it? Jumping the gun a little bit. So Hugh versus Pereira is what men want. Oh my God. Let's continue on to another tweet, okay? Let's take a look at another tweet. You actually, and this is of course, Jon Jones did respond to this tweet. You're doing everything humanly possible to duck Tom. You actually think me fighting Tom would be more massive than Alex and I colliding. Tom only matters in the UK. Newsflash. Not true. Pereira is one of those polarizing figures in the sport as seen. Tom's a contender who won a belt against another contender. We'd had to save Madison Square Garden's main event. I'm thinking dollar signs, legacy, big picture here. Not what the UK fans are dying to see. Literally just went through this with the French fans. Dude, if you want to talk about Pereira being one of the most polarizing figures, you can fight literally anybody else. How about Sean Strickland? That would do numbers. Let's fight Sean Strickland, another middleweight. Why aren't you calling out Sean Strickland? How about Conor McGregor? Like, it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I forgot to reply to this. The sad part is that he's actually going to convince people that he isn't ducking Tom. And it's true. I don't get it, man. It's crazy. It's your heart or your wife or DC. Actually, I'm curious about a reply to that. You acting like his wife is some innocent. I'm not going to get into that. Should have stayed at light heavyweight if you want to fight light heavyweights instead of a heavyweight #1 contenders. Dude, there is an interim champion. Jon Jones should be fighting nobody but. Tom is quite literally the interim champion. If you aren't going to fight him, just drop the belt. Simple as. And then fight Stipe. Nobody would care. People would call you a coward, to be honest, but nobody would really say oppose against this fight like people are doing right now. Newsflash, you also only won the belt against a contender. Trying to cherry pick an easier fight when there's an interim champion already is pathetic. It's insane. If he's the interim champion, you donut. Hate from France. It doesn't make sense to me, man. Doesn't make sense to me at all. And Jon Jones is getting a little bit less, I don't want to say creative, but he's saying a lot less with his replies now in another post to Tom is literally the interim heavyweight champ. From my POV, it feels like the #1 contender after Stipe. From your POV, that doesn't make any sense, though. That doesn't make any sense from your POV. How is the #1 contender a 42-year-old man whose last fight was a KO 3 years ago? Exactly. Fight the 30-year-old active interim champ, not some retired 42-year-old firefighter. There's a big difference between your POV and the actual UFC rankings, John. Quack, quack. John, fight the interim champ, please. Exactly. First you dodged Francis, now you're dodging Tom. Not my GOAT. Actually, I wasn't of the opinion that he was dodging Francis Ngannou. I really thought that he was taking time off to buff up to heavyweight, but now it's like never been more clear. He was definitely dodging Francis as well. That's insane to me, man. Aspinall's the fight we want to see. I believe it's way more exciting for the fans. Agreed. This fight would be so much better. Actually, nobody wants to see Stipe. I want to take a look at another tweet over here. I'm also not allowed to take 3 years off to become a heavyweight and absolutely demolish my first opponent. Nope, that was too long. Screw the flawless victory. Jones ran for 3 years. Too afraid of Francis. He's scared of everyone. We haven't seen him fight yet. It's like he's just going on about nothing now, and I just destroyed my mouse pad. Excuse me, I didn't mean to do that. Ignore me. The more you tweet, the more you tweet about this, the less credible you come. That's actually true. Then prove everyone wrong and fight the interim champ. Everybody's saying just fight the interim champ. Fight the interim champ. Let's be real. Cyril Gane was a tailor-made matchup for you. I don't know. In hindsight, it's easy to say that, but it's. I guess Jon Jones might have saw something that we didn't. I don't really know. No one's accusing you of being scared of Waldo Cortez Acosta, John. There's a rightful #1 contender and interim champ. If you want to retire after Stipe, just say it. But don't sit there and discredit Tom like he's not the most dangerous fighter of your career. That's exactly true. Losing to Tom wouldn't make you look bad. He's a younger, a natural heavyweight, and hungry. You're fighting a whole new generation, man. You've already showed one generation greatness. Just got for the Tom fight and try to defy the odds. Then get the Alex fight signed quick. People forget that GSP took 6 years to fight. Doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter. The comments after that, man. It's getting crazy. But it's never been more evident that Jon Jones has been ducking an opponent more than we've seen right now. I want to take a look, like, even if you take a look at his profile over here, take a look at some of the replies. He's just starting. He's been going crazy crazy on Twitter. And I know not all of these are talking about Tom Aspinall, but the dude is actually at the point where he's just replying to random people. Like this. There's Amnesia on here. Vividly remember a lot of MMA Twitter saying Gon's striking was too much and would walk through you. Bro, from my POV, it's like deja vu. Some of those passionate fans ever believe with their whole heart this guy is going to be the one who beats me. I make people's heroes look average. That's actually true by Jon Jones. Actually, that's a really, really good one. Jon Jones always beats the people that are supposedly the guy who can actually beat him. But I actually do believe that Tom Aspinall is different. Regardless, Jon Jones should not be the heavyweight champion. Jon Jones should be forced to fight Tom or vacate the belt. This fight with Stipe is ridiculous, and we know that Dana White's interested in doing it for Stipe. I have a little bit of a conspiracy theory, and I know it's not like this unique thought, but I have a feeling that Dana is securing the easy win for Jones, so Jones can retire after Stipe, maybe fight Pereira, beat Pereira. That would look really, really good on him. That way, if any other Ngannou situation ever happens and they go off to have some success, then the UFC can forever say, okay, we had the greatest of all time, no matter what. Excuse me there. No matter what, we had the greatest of all time. I know it's not looking so good for Francis right now, but at the end of the day, that this Francis situation is bound to happen again. That might be why Dana White's so set on having Jon Jones being the greatest of all time, because I don't get why else he would do it, to be honest with you. I don't understand it at all. Regardless, it's never been more evident that Jon Jones has been ducking Tom Aspinall. Jon Jones is scared. He doesn't want to lose. I don't think he's necessarily wrong for that, but it makes it wrong because he's holding up the division and giving a title shot to a guy who absolutely doesn't deserve it when there's an interim champion right in front of him. If he vacated the belt, that would make sense. It'd be a smart move for his career, and you can honestly argue it's smart that he's doing what he's doing right now, but at the end of the day, this is getting ridiculous. The UFC needs to do something, even though it won't. Let me know what you think about it down below. Thank you very much for watching the video, everybody. Check out this tier list video I made ranking every single MMA content creator. I will see you over there, guys. Take care.